everybody, welcome back. I know it has been forever since I have done a live stream video. I took a little winter break, a resetting winter break, moved some things around, shifted some things, did some of my own work because I can't really come to you guys with advice and work to do if I'm not doing it myself. Obviously, the work was not redecorating. That's on for later. I decided not to jam pack everything in January. So, Happy New Year! First off, let's get that out of the way. Happy New Year. I hope you all did something amazing and fun and perfect and celebrated the coming of the new year. And there's just such a cool energy around New Year's. There really is. Because no matter where you are going or what you're hoping to do or what you've done in the past, it always feels like a brand new clean slate. And that's just the fun, wonderful energy. I mean, honestly, if you think about it logically, you get a new day every day, so you don't have to wait till New Year's to make changes in positive flow and manifest things. But there's just something vital about the energy that goes into a new year, and it's pretty amazing. So I myself decided at the last minute, I had made a decision for myself. What I really wanted to do for New Year's is something different and something I've never done before, because it was just me. I did not have the kids this year for New Year's, and I'm single, and I didn't want to spend a lot of cash, but I said I don't want to stay home alone. That's usually what I do. I kind of hold myself up and hermit away. But the thing is, being alone doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. When I was younger, that was my worst fear. Honestly, if you'd asked me what my worst fears were, it was that I was going to be alone in the world, that I would be, wouldn't have a partner, wouldn't have friends to hang out with, wouldn't have a career, just wouldn't have anything, that I'd be somewhere alone. What's funny, we talk about manifestation, at one point in my life, all those fears came to pass, so that's the thing. But now working through all of that, I realize, why am I afraid to be alone? Like, what's the fear? And I'm actually pretty amazing company, if I do say so myself. I like myself, and it took a lot of work to get here, but you can't sit there and say, oh my gosh, I hate to be alone, I hate to be alone, without analyzing why. If you do you love yourself? Do you think you're an interesting person? Do you think you're fun to be around? Well, if you don't, because you don't want to be by yourself, which is a sign that maybe you don't enjoy yourself as a person, or you don't like to be in your own space, you're trying to avoid that time, well, I mean, how are you going to attract all the things you want if you're not even attracted to you? If you're not even attracted to your own energy, how are you going to attract other things to come to you? And other things like love, romantic partnerships, businesses, money. Money loves sexy things. So if you aren't feeling that you are worthy of hanging out with on your own, think about that. So yeah, like I say, I don't mind being by myself. I do all sorts of things by myself. I realize I've been single for pretty much most of my life. And I just got to have, but besides that, it wasn't even about being single. I've also had lots of partnerships where the person I was with just refused to do things with me. They just didn't want to. They didn't want to go out. They didn't want to spend time. And those are different issues unto themselves, which is why they're not my partners anymore. But also, I realized that was something I was giving off. That was something I had to work on. Being so open and compromising and being just willing to shift at the drop of a hat and willing to change to suit somebody else's whims, regardless of what I deep down wanted. So, yeah, so I figured I should probably get better about that. Anyway, so went out, but what I did was I went to our uptown area has a free event every year. It's got music, it's got dancing, it's got fireworks. It's family friendly. There's no drinking. I mean, I almost bought a flask. I was this close. I was this close to saying, like, maybe I should pack a flask to go with. Then I said, no, don't be that person. Like, you can hang out without drinking. Go home and drink. But I went, and I've been down in the city, God, almost 20 years, since 99 or something like that. So all those years, I never once went. And I finally went, because I'm like, you know what, that would count as something I've never done. And I finally got up and went. And oh my God, I had the best time. I had so much fun. I had a blast just by myself, out dancing, not being self-conscious, in between sets when they were playing a song I didn't like, because I'm like, oh, I hate this song. I would just walk around the city and just looking at the city where I live with fresh eyes. It was all buffed up, pretty and clean. Actually, it is a very clean city where I live. But it was gorgeous, and it was almost 70 degrees outside, and it just walking around and not having to answer to everyone, not having to have group consensus of where I should go or what should we do next. It was great. And oh hey guys, I just always I'm getting used to like the live stream flow. So hey Carol, hey Megan, and I haven't seen you guys. Mwah, you guys are awesome. But yeah, I just walked around, took breaks, got food from the food truck. Oh my God, I had these baller cheese fries. They were so good. They were like hipster style gourmet cheese fries, but they were so good. And danced, lots of dancing, and yes, by myself, because it's a dance floor, it's crowded, who cares, and watch fireworks, which is my favorite thing. I love watching fireworks, you guys, I love watching fireworks, and every single person that I've been with for a significant amount of time, all I say is so simple, let's go to see fireworks, and they have all tried to come up with 10,000 reasons why not to take me to fireworks. Or why to take me to like the most basic fireworks ever. I'm like, this is not hard. I am not hard to please. Let's get in the car, park it, and go look at fireworks. Why is this difficult? So yeah, I even as an adult, I get lit up like a little kid watching fireworks. I love them. So that's what I did for New Year's, and then came home, snuggled with my pup still, and yeah, did some intention work. Now that was the evening. In the morning, I actually went and did readings at our local curio shop, which is great, and I love it there. Curio Craft and Conjure. I love it over there. It's just such a cool vibe and just a cool feeling. And every time I go there, I get re-energized, and I meet wonderful people and hang out with my mentor and her family. I took my kids there the other day. Yeah, it's a wonderful place. If you're in Charlotte, definitely check it out. So I'll put the link in below so you guys can find it. But I agreed to be one of the readers for their New Year's Eve event. So for about 4 hours, I was available doing readings for people, and I love doing that work, that energy work and healing. And for a while I was struggling with how to connect that with the mindset work that I do, because at first glance it's like you're doing too many things, it doesn't make sense. And at that event it hit me, the reason it supports my work as a mindset coach for creatives is when I do any sort of intuitive readings, there's always some sort of release. There's always some sort of healing that goes with that for them and for me. It's an exchange of energy and helping them see and reveal things that maybe they knew or didn't know or weren't really being honest about how it's affecting them, or tips on how to shake things loose and push through obstacles. And what's great about that is, and I put this in so much of my manifestation materials and my courses and everything, when you clear stagnant energy, when you clear something or you clear things away, you have to be ready to replace it with the thing that you want, or the energy that you want, your intentions that you want immediately. You have to be ready for it. And here's why. Nature hates a vacuum. and so I'll try to fill it as quickly as possible, like instantly if it can. And so for me to be able to help clear things and then help them reset and get them information they need so they can like start immediately to fill that void with new fresh energy, new fresh ideas, new fresh flow. That's the intent. So whenever I do healing work, I try very quickly to talk to them about manifesting and mindset and whatever I can. And plus, I'm a really joyful person to begin with, so you always get an influx of happy energy when you hang out with me for long enough. It's not even that long, unless I'm really in a foul mood, but that doesn't happen. Even if I'm in a foul mood, I usually find a way to give people. Leave people. I said this to someone recently. I leave people better than when I started. That's my goal. I think I was saying this in terms of boys that have broken up with me or relationships that ended. I'm like, well, I left them better than when I found them. So, yay them. But that's why I do that energy work, and that's how it supports the manifestation. And I said, great, because this is a good time for getting jazzed up in my post and getting things reset. So I am also, just like everyone else, I'm in the zone of like, okay, 2019, fresh energy, taking advantage of that new eyes and that new flow. So you're going to be seeing a lot more live streams. You're going to be seeing a lot more connected messages on my social media, and just more focus. Because a lot of the themes I heard yesterday that people were dealing with and struggling with, and it's not just yesterday, I hear these themes a lot. One of the biggest things is fear. Fear. We are a terrified organisms. Like, we are a terrified community. We're just so much fear. And people are just afraid of everything. Afraid of what's going to happen if they step out. Afraid of what they're going to lose. Well, we're afraid of what we're going to lose. We're afraid of feeling like a failure. We're afraid of feeling like a success. We're afraid of taking chances. We're afraid of not taking chances. We're afraid of money. We're not afraid of not having money. Fear. And my mentor said this, and it's true. She's like, she's convinced fear is the devil, and I'm partial to agree. Fear, the emotion, has a place in our toolkit, though. So I'm not here to say you need to live a life of zero fear at all costs and a cause. Fear helps. There is a place for all emotions were set in place to kind of guide us along the way of where we want to be and helping us guide our choices and our intent. They're messages from our body and to give like clues to what we're doing and how we want to continue. So fear, biologically speaking, was put to protect us from danger. Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid of, if I was in a lion den, yeah, I'd be really afraid because lions will eat me. Historically, lions will eat me. So I should be afraid of being with a lion that's escaped. I should be afraid of that. And I am. I don't hang out in lion cages. The trouble is, fear left unchecked, just like any emotion left unchecked, runs rampant and runs wild, and we put in our heads that these things that may at one point kept us safe, may at one point helped us along the way, may at one point from an evolutionary standpoint or in our family history or ancestral, maybe at one point did help, but now we have grown and developed and our situation changes, so it no longer serves us. But we're still letting it guide and direct our decisions and our choices. So this thing that helped us at one point or another, we haven't upgraded it. We haven't upgraded the software, so the fear is now running rampant and preventing us from getting anything done. So yeah, I heard a lot yesterday in my readings with wonderful, wonderful people. Lots of fear, like palpable, like I could just feel it all over them. Um, and besides the fear, another big thing that I hear often that holds people back, including you all creative entrepreneurs as well, not feeling worthy of love, not feeling loved, not being loved properly, the emotion of love and feeling valued and feeling that your presence here is a great, wonderful thing. That's lacking in a lot of people. So in various ways, shapes and forms. So fear of everything, like you name it, people are afraid of it, and also doubting of your own worthiness of love, which goes into loving yourself, loving your work, taking accolades, hearing support, asking for help. Just don't, you don't feel worthy, and you don't feel loved, and you don't feel like you're worth love, and that shows in your work, and that shows in your relationships, and that shows in various forms. And I totally get it, because I feel like the guy is like, I'm not only the spokesperson, I'm also a client. Yeah, I get it. I'm human. I'm this baller voice person and amazing talent and all that fun stuff, but I'm human, so I go through the same things with my work and my just my speeches. Yeah, just the same thing as everybody else. I've just a lot of work getting through, recognizing it, being honest with myself, and moving through. So as you're doing your New Year's Eve thing, it's you still have time. It's New Year's Day has not ended, and we're gonna ride this energy for at least 2 weeks. Maybe we'll give it a month. Then it starts to peter off into something else. But as you're going through and getting all gung ho about your plans and your intentions and all that, remember, be ready for when you remove things and start plowing forward. Be ready to shift the thing for best results, to actually get the things you actually want. Be ready to shake loose some of those limiting beliefs and messages that you have around fear and not being loved enough. Those are the big ones. Get ready to shake those, and be instantly ready to fill that space with something that is positive and that you want. Because if you don't, those same messages are going to take over again. That's why you see people starting to like wane over their New Year's resolutions like in no time, because they didn't put a support system in place to help their intentions. You have to put a support system in place. And this is a nice segue to the big thing I've been working on when I took my little break, is creating new products around what my signature product will be. And I'm calling it the creative, it's like a map for creative entrepreneurs. It's making sure that you're deliberate in your manifesting, and the 3 topics that you need to make that happen, the 3 areas you need to master to make that happen, to take what you're feeling energetically and translate it into a physical world. So I'm really, really pumped about it. I feel great about it. I'm just trying to figure out, putting in place now, because I'm not trying, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now. And going through my to-dos to kind of get things going, to get these messages out to all of you. So I'm really gung-ho about it. But yeah, there is, it's not just mantras and mindset. And I laugh because I was typing in my little hashtags for this live stream, and one of my hashtags that I like to use is mindset is everything. And now I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, well, it's not everything, but So I gotta rethink that. It's a good part of it, and mindset. You have to have that to keep things moving. But there's two other sections to start things happening, to actually see a physical change, take what you're seeing energetically, and to see it come to fruition in the fastest, most efficient way possible. Um, because another thing, I've said this before to people too. If you're wondering, I can't manifest. I've had people say I have trouble manifesting. You don't have trouble manifesting. Let me put that myth to bed. You have no trouble manifesting. You, person watching this right now, you are a master manifester. Okay? Congratulations. You are a master manifester. And how do I know that? Because look around at your life. Look around at your life right now. And by looking at the things that you have and the things that are going on in your external environment, the things that you have going on right now in your life tells me very clearly about your mindset, because that's what you're manifesting. You are a master manifester. You just don't like the things you're manifesting. But remember, it's energy. It just goes. It just does what it does. It is not worrying about our subjective tone to it. That doesn't exist. That's why when you're talking, you're saying things. Take out the positive, negative. There is no positive, negative. Energy is integers. Like it's absolute value. So you can't sit there and say to yourself, I really don't want XYZ. All you're saying is XYZ, XYZ, XYZ over and over again, and that's what you're going to get. Because it doesn't go through positive, negative. That's just not how energy works. It just goes. So if you don't like the way your life is right now, look around. If you don't like what you're seeing, there's your mindset. There's the things you're putting into play. That's what you're putting out into the world, because that's what you're getting. Because you're a master manifester. You just don't like what you're manifesting right now. And if you don't like what you're manifesting right now, that knowledge, me saying that, in my blunt Sagittarian way, I hope that doesn't make you depressed, because really that is a gift of information to have. When you recognize that you are currently a manifester, you are doing it, you do it all the time, that means you have complete control of changing it at any time. You don't have to. If you don't like what you're manifesting, okay, manifest something different. You can change it at any time. There is no one else to blame. There is no blame. There's no one to blame. There's no one to point fingers at. There's no one you have to wait for. There's no magic tone that have to come through. It's you. You can manifest it at any point in time. I think it's great. People ask me all the time, why do you say so positive? You know, I might say that. I shouldn't say I might. I'm like, that's going to be another live stream later on. It's on my list of topics. But people ask me all the time, how do you say so positive? How do you say so positive? How do you say so positive? Because I choose to, because I know, I fully know that the energy, everything's energy. So if I'm putting out energy that is going to constantly manifest things I hate, if I'm having a time and I'm struggling with the things in my life that I have already manifested and I don't like it and I'm struggling with it, knowing that I can change it, that keeps me choosing positive things, that keeps me choosing a different route, that keeps me open to finding new opportunities and just heat seeking, looking for them, just scanning for new opportunities, scanning for new places. I read a great article today. I think it was on HuffPost or Percolate, on one of these news sources, and a girl was talking about relationships at work. And stay with me on this, because I know this isn't a relationship site, and I'm not going to go on and on about, believe it or not, it's not on and on about my dating life. But everything in your life is connected to your creativity, because it's your life. And she was talking about, in talking to people and researching, and how the original feeling and the original energy of, in this case, of love and romance, it fades over time because feelings are fickle, and that makes sense. Like every phase of energy or feelings and emotion, like they ebb and flow. They go through cycles, up and down and up and down and up and down, over and over and over again. Just like now with this season of newness and feeling exciting and ready to take on new things and make changes in your life and set an intention, that feeling of the new year will fade because it won't be a new year. It will be just where we're at, and we'll be on to the next thing. So to make those positive changes, to actually see those things that you were riding on, takes more than just, oh my gosh, I want to lose weight. Oh my gosh, I want to eat better. It takes more than just the initial feelings, because those initial feelings will pass. And then when they pass, then you got to have something to support your intention that you set up front. And in this article, the intention was a long-lasting marriage, a marriage that lasts for your lifetime. So you have to have something ready for when that feeling fades. And that thing that makes it ready is the choice. It's choosing. And she said it so differently, when you stop seeing the stars in someone's eyes. That's a beautiful idea of when you're first in love and you're first in that sweet phase, and everything that person does is beautiful and wonderful and amazing to you. And then you compare that to when things are ending, if you are divorced or breaking up, and all those wonderful things are now the things that annoy the piss out of you. And she was saying that always scared her. But then when she talked to people that were together a really long time, and she realized, and they said, yeah, it does change. It does. Like, I'm not going to look at them that way forever. That's a lot. But you can choose. And the people that were successful chose, because they made that commitment, and they chose to find those stars again. They chose to look at their partner from different angles. They chose forgiveness. They chose kind words. They chose coming back. They chose seeing different aspects of it. They chose celebrating the things that they did good. They chose their partner's growth. They choose to make that work every day. Every day. So when people get in my up in arms and say, how are you so positive? How do you do this? How? You must never have had anything happen. Are you kidding me? I've had everything happen. I've had awful things happen, just like everybody else. I'm not special. I'm not, I mean, I am special because I'm so cute and everything, but I said it jokingly, but my life is not a rarity. My combination is unique of why I was put forth, and I have a part to play in this orchestration that we know as life. That said, so do you. And so does the person also watching this, and so is the person who's going to watch this in replay tomorrow. It's what you choose to do and see. And that's mindset. When you pay attention, when you know that energy is real and everything is energy, and your energy directly influences what you manifest in the physical, that's mindset. Because then you realize, oh wait, if that's the case, then I need to be more conscious of the scripts that I'm running in my head. I need to be more aware of my blocks and be more aware of what I actually believe about myself. I need to come up with processes that support my making the choices that I want to make. That's what it's about. So that's the secret, I guess, is choosing and how do you choose? And that goes through everything. So as creative professionals, creative entrepreneurs, you choose to be a creative entrepreneur. So that means every day you have to choose it all over again. You have to fall in love with it all over again. To stay creative, you have to choose to be open to looking at your work in different angles. You have to choose to go where you need to go to be inspired. You have to choose to let go of pieces of your art so it could be shared and you can make a living. You have to choose every day. And it's every day, you guys. The work that I teach, please do not think that it's flash in the pan. You take one of my online courses and suddenly it's amazing and everything's perfect and you never have to do this again. You have to do the work and awareness and the questioning your critical side and finding new ways to look at the world. You have to do it every day. Every day, every moment, all the time, constantly. And I know now I've probably lost half the audience. Like, this chick, she's crazy. But why wouldn't it take that level? Like, think about it. Why wouldn't it take that level of commitment when right now your mindset is the script that you're running every second of the day is about, I'm afraid, I can't do this, I'm not going to be loved, no one cares about me, I'm crap. If that's what you're saying every second, you need to put at least that minimum level of work or close to it to counteract that, because now it's a vacuum, so you have to counteract it. So that's the deal with that. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing, but oh man, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So yeah, just accept that right now you're a master manifester, and so if you don't like something, it's because your mindset, you're making it happen. So make something different happen. All right, and I can go on and on and on, but I will end up on like 10,000 topics when I gotta like have new topics every day to keep talking to you guys. So once again, happy new year. Enjoy this energy of flow and freedom and newness and growth and prosperity and abundance. Take advantage of it and be ready. Move something and energetically. If you're cleaning your house, fill it with something else. If you're letting things go that things don't serve you, great. What are you replacing it with that will serve you? And start making an action plan, putting that in place. So there. I could keep going, and I will not, because I have blog posts. I'm going to start blogging again. I don't know why I stopped. That's not true. I do know why I stopped. I stopped because I didn't think anyone was reading it, but every time I start blog posting, everyone reads it. So it was a stupid lie I gave to myself. I guess I just got tired of writing, and I started writing again. I don't want to talk about what I'm writing yet. I've told a couple of people. There's just like schmutz on my camera. I told maybe like a handful of people what I'm writing. It's just a very small amount, just to gauge interest into, because I need my ego stroked. That's the truth. So I had a project and it was going to be one thing, and I recently shifted it into something different, and it's coming out really fast and furious, so I know I made the right decision. So I'm going to work on that tonight, and making plans for probably next quarter, starting another big writing project. So in other words, I have work to do. Oh my gosh, and the dogs have been so quiet. You guys, I'm very fortunate that my dogs are not afraid of fireworks. When they hear fireworks, they bark at it, but it's more like, hey, get out of my house. They bark at random things, but I think they mostly just bark at people that are like walking around partying. So it's blissful right now, having them nice and quiet. I wish I had something to record right now. But I do have to send invoices, so I've already recorded, and now it's a fun part where I get paid. All right, enough of that. Mwah. Happy New Year. As always, if there are topics that you'd like to discuss, please throw them down in the comments or hit me up in DM. I'm happy to discuss it, either with my voiceover work, with being a creative professional, mindset, manifestation, whatever. You know what I do. And we'll talk about it. All right. Until next time, I got work to do. You probably have work to do too. And I will see you soon. Bye.